I am back with another installment, something that speaks to an individual's individuality, your uniqueness. What makes you think you're you? Hey, it's Mike Lee. And of course, I'm the originator of the Icebreak Skills course. You might have heard of that. But now I want to talk about the thing that people most hold dear, themselves. You know how we feel we have this uniqueness, and I kid you not. If you are listening to my voice, you are probably in a library, in the back seat of some Uber or Lyft, or in some type of ride public transportation, which is good, because this is where you find your uniqueness. This is where you ask yourself, what am I doing? What is all of this about? Why I'm at this job? Is this place taking me where I need to be? Is my relationship where it needs to be? And here's the answer to just a couple of those questions. It's exactly where you believe it to be. You know, when people say, I don't think I'm going to win, they're right. When people say, I'm going to win, they're also right. It always depends on the state of mind that you put yourself in. If you stay positive, positive things will happen. They may come wrapped in what appears to be negative, but don't let that stop what's truly inside of that. And that's something positive. You know, Tony Robbins coined a phrase, and he probably didn't coin this phrase himself, but who knows? Maybe he did. Life is happening for you, not to you. Let me say that again. Life is happening for you, not to you. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, because you could be losing your job. Is that happening for you? It might not appear to be that way, but it probably is. It's probably opening a door for an opportunity that you would not have seen if you were still in that job. You know, when you get fired from a job, a couple of things are happening. Your interest for being there has waned. Your proficiency that you had in that job in the first moments, it's gone. You didn't identify that, because if you did, you would have moved on yourself. You end up letting someone else identify your interest is not really there. Hence the term, you're fired. So don't take that as something like, wow, I'm making such a mistake. What have I done wrong? That's not what it is. It's just letting you know your focus for this particular job has waned. And it probably is not what you're going to be doing moving forward. So when you do experience something like that, and I kid you not, for anyone who's never been fired, knock on some wood. You were one of the chosen few. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor. You can always Google me. And believe me, there's not too many comedians and actors who've not been fired. And musicians, might as well throw them in there too. We are in search of something, and we realize what we are doing to make ends meet is just a conveyance. It's temporary. It's not what our future holds, at least in our imagination, in our uniqueness, in our search. So if you're feeling that, you're a little lost, if you're feeling that nothing's happening for you in a productive manner, it's okay. You just have to turn it on and realize that the change that's going to happen, it's going to be generated through your actions. Because no one is coming to rescue you. That does not happen. That's a movie. In the real world, we just have to have enough pain to realize we have to make that change ourselves. I know it sounds pretty crazy to think you have to experience pain to move forward, but that is something that we can't seem to find a different way of approaching things sometimes. We get uncomfortable, we move forward. We hurt, we move forward. Abused, we eventually move forward. That's a whole nother story about abused people, how they're delayed in moving forward. I'm just talking about regular people who are experiencing non-abusive situations on a personal level. If you're abused at work and you stay, you're stupid. Never stay at a job that abuses you. Never stay at a job that doesn't respect you. Never stay at a job that doesn't see you and see the talent that you have, or at least the talent you believe you have. If it's a mismatch, then of course you'll realize that and move on, and or you will be fired. Okay, so this is the end of this little pep talk I wanted to give and let you know life is happening for you, not to you. If you think you've hit a brick wall, you have to get that energy and move through the brick wall. If you're unhappy in what you're doing for a living, it's on you to change it. Remember, when you look back on this in 10, 15, 20 years, and you feel you've been unhappy in that whole day, you have no one to blame but yourself. You dictate and you change the trajectory of your path. Thank you for listening to this pep talk about uniqueness, individuality, and how special we really are, or at least how special we think we are. Enjoy your day. Please feel free to play this back. You can always go to the Mike Lee Experience on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Substack. We just started on Substack. And find these great messages and messages speak to you. Have a fantastic day and enjoy the moment that you're in. If you're in the backseat of an Uber or a Lyft or some type of ride share or a bus, you're at the library, or you're just somewhere where you got your earpods in. Have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon.